is the best day, by the way. Like, every day is deadlifting. What was that?
Yes.
I mean, I said I was a little bit of a masochist at the beginning of this class, so any questions before we now start looking at how this drives frame weight transfer? Okay, so now we've geeked on big toe on the ground. We talked at the beginning of class that I don't believe in rotational mechanics, right? This hip is not gonna go through something. I am not trying to slap them with my hip. I am driving this hip through them. So this hip is going to stay, and here's the thing, guys. Everybody's hip is going to move a little bit. We are like little weird fluid creatures with hard stop joints. It's dumb as fuck. But that's what we got to work with, right? So I'm going to lose as little as possible on this hip by using my knee, my quad, my hamstring, to create the next motion. So I'm going to sit down into it when I push this hip through my opponent. So this hip is going to go as forward or across. And biggest power band, a circle, has points in the power band. A line, I'm just going to fucking hit you. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to push with this big toe. The big toe is going to shove me across, right? I'm going to push with that big toe. I'm going to sit down into this hip. And this is that parallel frame weight transfer. I'm just sitting in that hip a little bit. I am not, to be very clear and be very safe on your knees, I am not letting this knee break the outside of my foot. I am not when I sit down doing this. This is how to rip your knee the fuck up. What I am doing is I am letting this hip sit down. So this hip is almost going to rise a little bit as I sit down because I'm going to create a stable base. If I need to make range or lateral motion, I just take a fucking step to get there. I'm not going to lean. Like, I don't want to create that frame because this is also a very expensive joint. And I like how you just had a fucking light bulb. And why don't you go, damn it!
$5,000.
Which joint is this joint?
So fingers and toes are pretty fucking cheap because they just take them off.
Well, they take them off.
Yeah.
So they take them off?
I mean, and then you just send your finger to Ugo and he'll make a reliquary out of it or something. So, is there a question on this one? This is where we're going to start getting a little bit more complex and start playing around with our bodies.
Can I ask you to do something to clarify? When you take your basic stance, let's say your opponent is right on that white line, what would your normal stance be?
Everybody over there? Step, here, come on. You're gonna